Hello everyone, welcome back to Astrology of Scholars. Today we're exploring Libra rising, and if this is your rising sign, you're about to understand why you can't stand conflict, why you smile even when you're angry, and why you've spent your whole life trying to please everyone. You know that feeling when you agree to something you don't want to do just to keep the peace? That's Libra rising. Let's dive into this charming, diplomatic energy. So, Libra rising. Your approach to life is, love me, I am warm and attractive, let's always be harmonious and graceful. When Libra is rising at the moment of birth, this person's approach to life is graceful, diplomatic, harmonious, and oriented toward reconciling opposites. Libra, being from the air group, moves on the surface, not underground. Therefore, it's concerned with the peace environment and aesthetics on the surface. For this reason, the artistic and aesthetic approach of Libra rising helps them express themselves and create peace and harmony. Their social and sharing attitude ensures they make friends with their smile in every environment they enter. Here's what this looks like. You walk into a party where you don't know anyone. Most people might feel awkward and stick to themselves. But you, within 10 minutes, you've complimented 3 people's outfits, mediated a disagreement about where to order food from, and everyone thinks you're delightful. You're the social glue. That's your gift. But here's where the shadow appears. When this approach goes to extremes, in an effort not to muddy the waters and not to disturb harmony, it can result in giving too much compromise from your own essence. Your charming attitude saying, love me to everyone is like a dress you wear to avoid being alone. Let me give you a real example. Your friend group is planning a weekend trip. Half want the beach, half want the mountains. Everyone's stating their preference strongly. What do you say? Oh, I'm fine with either. Whatever makes everyone happy. Sounds nice, right? But here's the problem. You do have a preference. You really want the beach, but you won't say it because you're terrified of creating conflict. So the group goes to the mountains, and the whole time you're quietly resentful. You smile, you go along with it, but inside you're thinking, nobody cares what I want. In order to be with people, you may give up your vital desires and needs. This causes suppressed anger inside. One way for Libra rising, who values social approval very much, to approach life superficially is to conform to social trends and follow fashion. When this tendency goes to extremes, the person's way of being can gradually become meaningless and empty. Here's what this looks like. You curate your entire life for how it looks to others. Your home isn't decorated how you like it. It's decorated how it should look on Instagram. Your clothes aren't what you love. They're what's trending. Your opinions aren't really yours, they're whatever keeps you popular. You've become a beautiful, empty shell. All surface, no substance. What Libra rising really needs to do is display an approach that is harmonious with their inner world, while taking the other person into account, presenting their own essence. Otherwise, despite the smile on their face, they live with feelings of resentment, dissatisfaction, and anger inside. You think you've been wronged, you start keeping track of what you've given and think you haven't received in return. However, when you satisfy your own needs first, giving just because you want to without expecting anything in return enables you to be an example of unconditional love and peace. Let me show you what healthy Libra rising looks like. Imagine someone who genuinely creates harmony, not by erasing themselves, but by honoring everyone, including themselves. They say, I'd love the beach, but I see you all want mountains. How about we do mountains this time and beach next time? They express their needs and find the compromise. They're pleasant not because they're desperate to be liked, but because they genuinely value connection. That's the difference. Libra rising avoids struggle. When their lovely and harmonious approach to life goes to extremes, they remain untrained and haven't strengthened their muscles even in the simplest matters where they should fight for themselves in life. Here's a painful example. You're in a relationship with someone who constantly puts you down. They criticize you, they dismiss your feelings, they make you feel small. Your friends tell you to leave, but you don't. Why? Because confrontation feels worse than the abuse. You've never learned to fight for yourself. Your emotional muscles are atrophied, so you stay and smile and slowly die inside. Since Aries is opposite Libra, this person may encounter selfish, angry people in the exaggerated form of Aries. Over time, these people become enemies. This enmity triggers the person's suppressed anger, feelings of being wronged, and dissatisfaction. The conflict that surfaces forces Libra rising to learn to defend their rights without breaking equality and compromise. As a result of this struggle, it is Libra rising's responsibility to create peace by reconciling opposites, because they are the one who will display the symbol of peace to the outside world. Your positive traits are attractive, charming, sharing, kind, measured, fair, reconciling. You have this personal style that draws people in and makes them feel comfortable. But your negative traits, you can be superficial, obsessed with appearance, keeping score of rights and wrongs, passive-aggressive, demanding, lazy, indecisive. You smile while you're seething. You agree while you're resentful. Now let me give you 3 practical tips if you're Libra rising. Tip number 1, practice saying what you actually want. This week, every time someone asks your opinion, what restaurant, what movie, what plans, state your preference first before asking theirs. I'd love Italian food. What about you? Not, oh, whatever you want. This feels selfish at first. It's not. It's healthy. People actually respect you more when you have opinions. Tip number 2, stop scorekeeping. If you find yourself thinking, I did this for them and they didn't even stop, that means you gave from obligation or manipulation, not from genuine love. Only give what you can give freely, with no strings attached. If you can't give freely, don't give at all. It's better to say no than to give and resent. Tip number 3, get comfortable with small conflicts. Not everything needs to be smooth and pleasant all the time. Disagreement is not disaster. Start small. Disagree about something minor with someone safe. Actually, I didn't love that movie. Notice that the world doesn't end. Notice that real relationships can handle honesty. Practice until conflict doesn't terrify you. Your lesson, Libra rising, is to create harmony without erasing yourself. To be pleasant without being a doormat. To value peace while understanding that real peace includes your voice too. To be the bridge without becoming the floor everyone walks on. So if you're Libra rising, I want to hear from you. What's the hardest thing for you to say no to? Have you learned to state your needs? How do you balance being nice with being real? Share in the comments. I promise I won't judge. And if this resonated, please hit that like button and subscribe. We're covering all the rising signs individually, so don't miss the rest. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.